For those of you who haven't noticed yet, on each table there's a lovely little chalkboard, and on that chalkboard there's a few words written. And the few words written are from the Nauvoo pageant. Now, why would they be from the Nauvoo pageant? Well, that's the story. Because those of you that don't know, Brett and Cammie kind of got together. Now, you understand that the Clapiers are wrestlers and the Larsons are wrestlers. And before Brett and Cammie got serious, Cammie had dated a few people, but there had been no decisions. But then when they got together, they decided to go for the fall. All right, here's the chorus. After you hear it, you should be able to do it with me. There's Cammie Larson and there's Brett Clapier. They've come together to live forever. We are their family and we love them. We know their story. Wait till you hear the one from me. Hi, sailor. Oh, I forgot what I was going to do. Something like this. You see, the Clapiers, they went to Nauvoo to see the pageant and hear the stories. Out of the darkness, the Larsons met them. Then they said, hello, hello. I know it doesn't rhyme, but it's what happened. Then a few years later, Linda decided we'd go to the pageant. And we were accepted, Lord only knew why. We went to the pageant, and if you didn't know, Cammie's mother, Chris, was the pageant director and made all pertinent decisions. There's Cammie Larson, there's Brett Clapier. They've come together to live forever. We are their family and we know their story. This one is here, you'll hear from me. This is my grandson. Clapiers went to the pageant, and in the pageant there's districts, and districts are run by core cast members, and Sister Larson said there's the Clapiers, so I'll put them in Cammie's district, so they will be together the entire 2 weeks. And that's what happened, except it was Jess and no Brett. So when we got there, Jess said to Cammie, you are a dish, my brother's on a mish. I'm sure he'll like you, and I'm sure you'll like him too. And that's how this thing got out of control. To the next year, Linda decided to go to the pageant. So she took Brett and Jess, but Dad had to work for Steve Scott until he could not go, and Steve's here, and I'm going to let you know I missed the pageant just to make sure your convention worked good. I love you, Steve. When we got to the pageant, Chris couldn't put us in the same district. That would be too obvious. So she put us in the same side of the stage for 2 long 2 weeks in the Illinois sweat and sun and grief and pain and rehearsal. Cammie and Brett were together a lot, but they couldn't kiss and they couldn't fraternize because there were rules, you see. It was the pageant for three, for two, for three. And then we waited until we got back home. And then the big thing happened that you all need to know. Brett was dating high-maintenance girls, girls that mother and father did not like. And one night he came home and said, I have a date, but I don't have anyone to go with. And I said, good. Mother said, well, why don't you call that sweet Cammie? And I said, if she drops everything and goes with you, then that will mean something you need to remember. And guess what she did? And they are here, and now we sing. There's Cammie Larson, there's Brett Klaipeer. They've come together to live forever. We are their family, we know their story. And this one's the one that I got to tell.